Hey guys, trying to get a few quick ones in this week since we've been kind of quiet the past few weeks because of sickness and work and all that jazz. My cousin on Facebook decided for no apparent reason to go off about tarot because I posted Happy World Tarot Day. The thing about a lot of mediums is that some of us are here to prove things. That's what we do. We talk to the dead, we have to prove that we can do what we do. And I understand that to a point. I get it. But when it runs in the family, really, whatever. My point being that it is not my job. It's not my job to prove anything to anyone. If people come to me for a reading, that's fantastic. That's great. I appreciate it. I'm here to serve. I'm here to serve, to help, and to heal. That's what I do. When people have questions, I do my best to be respectful and tolerant and honest. Kindly honest when I'm on the clock, as it were. When I'm off the clock, anyway. It's interesting. Most people who are non-believers want to sway you to their point of view. It doesn't matter what your point of view is. They don't even want you to change your point of view to another point of view. They want you to change your point of view to their point of view. Same thing with narcissists. Same thing with psychopaths. Same thing with cult leaders. So normally when I have people who want to discuss philosophical, religious, spiritual stuff, that's cool. I don't agree with everybody. That's how it is. I have a very special place in my heart and my soul for pagans, druids, mystics, oracles, dancers, drummers. It doesn't make me any of those things particularly. I respect those paths, but I'm not on that path right now. It's kind of hard not to believe in God when you talk to angels and have spirit guides and all that jazz, but it's not my job to force anyone else into that way of thinking either. Not my job. Not my job. Not my job. I don't need to prove anything to anyone. And it's with a great amount of joy that I am freely able to say that. Yay! I am not shackled to other people's opinions of me. Hooray! Yeah. It took me a while to get there. It did. And that's okay. Yeah, you're my baby. I'm at that point where not my job, people. Not my job. Now, I don't mind proving myself. Not at all. But if you're being a dick about it, I guess that's a nice way of putting it. If you're going to be stick in the mud and not willing to listen, I don't want to talk about anything with someone like that. I don't. Just no pinching. No pinches. I love you. I have much more to worry about with his services and, careful, getting him help and arguing with insurance companies to argue about my spirituality and where I stand in life. Not my deal, yo. But I think that when people ignore the idea that the tools of divination are powerful, you're missing out. And I don't mean powerful as in, the ways of the devil, no. I mean powerful as in they have the power to change people's lives. They just do. I don't care if it's the runes. I don't care if it's voodoo chicken bones. I don't care if it's tea reading after high tea in England with the Queen. All of these tools have been created and lasted specifically through good times, through hard times, through changes in revenues and political crap they're here to stay for a reason. Now, I love tarot. I do. Tarot, the traditional tarot deck, by which I mean the Rider-Waite, which is how almost everyone learns. Of course, technically I did learn with a playing card deck, which is far more gypsy than anything else. Love the gypsies. It tells the stories of archetypes. It tells the story of different historical periods. It tells the story of our life cycles. It tells the story of possibilities, of dreams, of science and math and fiction and reality. It's an amazing tool. It can answer any question you have to ask. Now, do I have to use the tarot? No. You could literally hand me a handful of plastic sporks, and I could divine the future for you. No, I could answer a question, basically. That's what divination is. You ask a question. Does he love me? Will I get this new job? Should I move? Should I leave him? Will it be a boy or a girl? Or a monkey? That's what divination is. You ask a question, people like me answer it. Now, it's easier to use tools. Yeah, totally easier to use tools. Don't get me wrong, talking to dead people is alright, but it's more fun. Yeah, you did bump your head. You okay? It's more fun. It makes you feel, I don't know, special and powerful and cool. Now, can anyone use a tarot deck or runes? Yeah. Most people prefer something specific because they vibe better with it. I love runes. I do, very much so. So much so that I have them tattooed on my body permanently for the rest of my life. But I don't use the runes very often. Unless I'm in the mood, they don't like to talk to me that much. That's fine. I respect that. The tarot cards aren't nearly as moody. Nah, don't get me wrong. Some decks are. They certainly have their own personalities, which is why there are a bajillion different tarot card decks. Some people even make their own, and that's cool. I don't know that I have the will or the energy to do that, honestly. It's a lot of cards. And I really I like the idea of the tradition. I do. I really, really do. I love the idea that before me there are a bajillion different generations that use cards that are almost exactly the same. I like that. Carrying on traditions. Now people could say the same thing with hoodoo and voodoo and you-do, and whatever else you vibe with. Some druids use the different tree branches. I can't remember what they're called for the life of me. The Chinese use the I Ching. I could never do the I Ching just because I could never remember all of the different things. There's like hundreds of combinations, and what are you doing? I can't remember that much, literally. I can't remember that much. In fact, usually there are some cards that don't come up very often, and the only way I remember them is because of the pictures on the cards. Because I've been using them so long, it jars your memory. Careful, please. Careful, thank you. That's why I like the tarot cards. They're awesome. They're traditional. They have meaning to me. I enjoy the story that they tell, very much so. I connect with them. Like I said, I really pretty much do it with anything. Give me a bunch of red plastic cups. I'll figure out something. Because it's just not that hard, and that is the point. It's a tool. You're a tool. You're a tool. Yeah. But I'm not gonna argue over that. It's not worth it to me. It's not. Young people, I guess, have something to prove. Well, not really. They just want to yell at you and be aggressive for no particular reason. My kids aren't vaccinated yet. I expect them to be we really need this one to learn to communicate in some way or form before we start poking it with needles, just because of my history of allergies and a bunch of other stuff. So when people tell you that their kids aren't vaccinated, there's probably something else going on. You can't just always assume, wow, they're selfish and whatever. No, ask. Oh, well, is there a reason? And most people, because they expect an argument, are going to be like, it's none of your business. Respect that. Respect that. Some people are open to having that discussion. Me, probably not. Probably not. Some people have their nipples pierced. I don't have my nipples pierced. I don't understand it. It's not my thing. To me, I don't really see a use or anything, but I know somebody who has their nipples pierced. I don't get it. It's their thing. It's not my place to judge. They're not showing it off in public, so whatever. Well, not in front of me. Oh, thank goodness. That just I don't. Not my thing. So if someone comes at you and is like, I don't know why you go see a psychic medium. I don't know why you believe in those tarot cards or your oracle cards. Why do you use that? They don't work. Well, they work for me. They work for all of my clients. They've worked for hundreds of years. In fact, they've been redesigned so many times. It's amazing that people still buy new decks. Just because it doesn't work for someone else doesn't mean you get to go around knocking it. Maybe you should ask the question. Maybe, why aren't my runes the best tool for my divination? Well, I don't use them a lot. Maybe if I used them more, I would feel more connected. Maybe if I studied more about their history, it would be more meaningful to me. Maybe I've never been big on chicken bones. I have, I raise chickens, I eat chicken. Plus, for voodoo and hoodoo, you have to drink and smoke, and I don't do either of those things. So that's really why I don't use that. Tea. I like tea. I enjoy tea. I don't feel like tea has so many lines. Like so many of those pictures where you're like, what do you see? I see Brontosaurus. I see a flying spaghetti monster. It's all very open to interpretation. But if you don't have a good interpreter, it is not a good method of divination. So for me, personally, the tarot cards are my best tool. They're my best tool in the arsenal. Are they my only tool? No. I mean, even me is the best tool in my arsenal. That is my favorite tool. It's just, people are weird. People be like spitting hate, and it's like, no, shield, Yeah, I'm hoping this makes sense. So, in response to my cousin who was interested, read. Look it up yourself. Try it. Just because it didn't work at the dime store gypsy reader on the corner doesn't mean it doesn't work for everyone. Some people have bad readings. I got videos on that. You can look into it. It's not my job to teach you. I am not a teacher. I'm a healer. Yeah, what I do. All right, say bye-bye. Say we'll talk to you later. Bye, guys. Bye. No, you wave. You do it.